All right, welcome to another amazing software demo here, partnered with AgencyZoom, and we're going to be covering Nerdphone. Ryan England here has been gracious enough to give us his time to show us this amazing system. He's been using it in his agency, inside of AgencyZoom integrated, and with his team. So we're going to start here in the integration page and just kind of talk a little bit about some of the ins and outs of how this connects. And then we're going to show you guys exactly what it looks like when you're using this in your agency day to day and some of those features. So thank you again, Ryan, for being willing to do this. Nerdphone needs to send you like some swag or something, since you're taking your time to rep their company.
They're great.
Yeah. Do you have a Nerdphone cup yet or anything like that?
Yeah, t-shirt, cup.
There you go.
He's good. Yeah, they're good.
Yeah. We'll tell Colin, be like, hey, you need to send him like a Yeti cup or something, right? Something good. Okay, so do you want to just kind of maybe walk us through these different pages, explain some of these settings in here that you have to set up, and we'll just go through them.
Yeah, so you'll just go to your integrations, right? We'll kind of skip that. We'll jump right into here, and you'll grab Nerdphone. You will work with them to get their token IDs and everything like that. Then everybody on the team will get, we'll be here once you add every user. And then the integration will go to whatever device they're using. Okay, so everybody's remote in my agency. Isaac's got a desktop and a laptop. Never hardly ever uses laptop. So it's set to his desktop. If I go and I want to be remote and I want to say, oh, I'm going to take my MacBook, I just need to come in here and change it. Literally takes seconds. So it just gets assigned to a device. And it'll make sense here in a second when we make a call and do a text. You'll kind of see why that is. We have our agency phone number. We have one number. All texts will come to one number. Everybody has preferences both ways. I've done it that way and love it because we only have to check one spot. And it's easy to see. We'll show you here in a second.
Yeah, so I'll talk about this a little bit before we move on. So the one phone number, I definitely have seen agents do that. I've definitely seen agents do individual numbers. Some of the key differences, if you're trying to figure out what's best for you, depending on your provider. So with Nerdphone, you're going to be able to see all the messages in one place if you have one number in their portal. In the conversation page in AgencyZoom, which we'll show later, you would be able to see everyone's messages regardless of whether or not they have the same number or if they have their own number. What I have noticed to be one of the biggest differences, and this is just agency preference, is when it comes to what the customer sees. So if you are all texting from the same phone number, if Isaac is texting a customer or a prospect, then it's from the same phone number on their cell phone. If Ryan, then you text that individual, you would need to put your name there so they know that they're talking to you and not Isaac, because it's going to be the same thread on their cell phone. Whereas if you have individual numbers, the customers might be used to working with, your commercial lines producer. And then if they have a question on their personal insurance, that's a different contact in their phone. So just the ability to break up conversations if that's needed. And if you have multiple departments that are kind of specialized like that in your agency, that is something to consider. But either work, and it boils down to preference. And it also actually boils down to vendor, because if you are using Ring Central, they don't allow you to all use the same phone number. So with Nerdphone, you have the choice. So go ahead. I just wanted to tell a little disclosure.
And we may be evolving to that as commercial and live divisions separate and get more team members in each other. Mm-hmm. Back in the day, we would forward different numbers. We don't, but you have the ability to do that. So
yeah, so this can be really good if you are going to be out of the office and you want text messages forwarded to your cell phone, for example.
Yeah. We use their soft phone app that we can text out of and refund. So that's why we haven't, but it's nice to be able to do it if you need to.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, cool. So those are settings. So let's go over to the lead page and look at that test lead that we put in, which is just my name, and kind of show me. So yeah, show me how you guys use it.
So I'm sometimes using the half page option. I don't know why, I like it that way. But when we're in here, if we want to send a text, now, like Mariah just said, it's all in one thread in their phone. So the first time I start a conversation with a customer or a prospect, I'll just jump in and do this, have a template set in there and send them a text. As
Go
I
ahead
continue on,
go ahead and click send because I'll reply.
okay.
You guys can see it.
And then we just send that. I can continue on that day talking. I don't do that template every time. Right.
So I get the text. Okay, that's what it looks like when it comes through. And then I'm going to reply, hello. And then he's going to receive a notification right here. You can click the notification if you want. Yep, exactly. Takes you to your conversation.
Conversations. Yep.
Or you can be in the lead.
Right in here. And I can carry on a conversation for a second, which sometimes I do. Or the question goes to where we need to get back into the lead. I'm back in here. Exactly.
I actually didn't ask this before. Can Nerdphone send like pictures or PDFs via text?
Yep. So what we'll do, you can just attach here. And you can grab it from your computer. So
nice. Okay. So those will come through too.
You can send it. So, and that's a newer feature. So we're loving that.
Yeah, texting out ID cards or proof of insurance, like, just any of those documents, or the customer sending you photos, of their house or anything like that. So handy. Yeah.
And when they come through, now we can just click on them and it will open it up in a new tab. We can see it large.
Okay. Let's try that. Let's show them what that looks like. Let me see if I find a picture that I can send you. Oh, this one's of my dog. It's so cute. Okay. I'm going to send you a picture of my dog. So I'll show you guys what it looks like when you send a text message.
We'll get pictures of deck pages, or we love to say, take a picture of your bid. Don't read it to us. Don't tell it to us.
Right.
Just take a picture of it, please.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. So you can see right there.
And over time, if we have it in here, I can double click on it.
Downloads the attachment. Okay. Perfect.
I can see it bigger.
So isn't she cute? That's Biscuit.
So cute. So if it's something that's small, we'll do that. But a lot of times if it's just something.
Perfect. Yeah. So really easy to do. Okay. And then let's do the call, because I think this is different. Like I'm a RingCentral user right now. And when you place a phone call, it opens a tab inside of AgencyZoom, and then you can't click inside that page anymore. But Nerdphone does it different. So show us how a call looks in Nerdphone.
So a call, we just go ahead and click on here. It's going to connect. This is the, I don't have a desk on the phone, right? So I have to click this now. Now it's going to call Mariah.
But it loads that app, which is nice because the RingCentral app doesn't load for calls.
Yep. And then I can
obviously
jump right back. I can jump right back and click on Notepad and be ready to talk to her.
So while the call is hosted in the app, you can still stay within the same AgencyZoom account screen. Yeah, that's super handy. That's very different than the RingCentral system. So I actually like that a lot better.
And I didn't know anything different. I've had Nerdphone probably, I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't know how long to say, but long before the integration came, but didn't realize that others couldn't do that. And when I'm on the phone, I'm typing in notes or I'm opening a task, something.
Yeah, you're working in there for sure. Awesome. And then show us the conversation tab. Let's see what that looks like when you're using the Nerdphone. And then we'll look at the portal last.
It's not great yet, right? Everybody knows that, but it is better. As our texts go off throughout the day, they'll go off on my phone, go off on the AgencyZoom mobile app, they'll go off on the Nerdphone mobile app, they'll go off here. You can't miss a text. It's impossible. But if I come in here and I'm working with Carlos and all of a sudden he ghosts me one evening, we don't get to finish what we were talking about. I can come back up here and just click mark unread. And he doesn't get buried under all of the automation that goes out the next morning.
Right. The unread stay on the top. Yeah. And then there's some filtering on the top there too. You can do messages from, you can do account producer, CSR. So there's some additional filter, which is, this is just the AgencyZoom conversation portal, but it works the same for Nerdphone as it would any other provider here.
Yeah, so we can jump over and see all or other people's.
Yeah, same idea.
Same idea for everybody.
So show us the portal. You said that you don't really use the portal much unless you need to access a call recording. But what does that look like for Nerdphone?
Yeah, we should say that with Nerdphone's integration, we don't yet have. We see Mariah's call here. We just now did. We don't have a recorded call right here, like RingCentral and Lightspeed.
Yeah, that's coming though. They should have that out Q1 of 2024. So it's in process.
I would probably never go to the portal as soon as that gets here.
Yeah.
Unless I have to do something really crazy, because right now you can see all your texts in here. I go through voicemails. I don't have contacts uploaded, so that's why we don't see names in all this. Okay. Of course, I would be able to go into management and change holiday hours or something like that. That's one thing that I would do. Or go into call logs if I need to find a recording.
Right.
Rare. Okay. It's there if I need it. Like I say, once it's in the AgencyZoom site, I don't know that I but yeah. If you text out from their portal, it will not show up in your activities in AgencyZoom. But if you text out from AgencyZoom, it will show up here.
Yeah, definitely.
That's why we live in the conversations and the lead cards and the customer cards and things like that.
So I want to pause you here for a second too. This is another difference between using the same phone number or two phone numbers, or multiple numbers, I mean. So with one phone number, Ryan doesn't have to really go in here and look, because if a text comes in, everybody gets notified in the agency. They all see it because that's the number that's integrated. But if they all have their own individual number, and let's say you have a staff member out for the day, okay, so they're out of the office or they're on vacation, that is where the Nerdphone portal or the outside system portal is important. If everyone has their own number, you would then want to assign someone in the agency to be watching the text messages assigned to that phone number. So if you click that texting number drop down, all the other numbers assigned to the account would be listed there, and you could watch the messages for the person who's out of office. So there's a difference there as well. Just want to point out.
And we're toying with the idea of, as we are in multiple states now, having an 800. So that could play into that too. We need to check that if we get that far.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else that you think that agents that are considering using AgencyZoom and Nerdphone together, specifically around phone communication, should know?
No, they've got their soft phone app on my cell phone. So like everybody else has, so I can call, I can text. Rather I do it within their soft phone app or the AgencyZoom mobile app. I do it for different reasons. So I have both on my phone.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, awesome. Well, thanks for
very simple to use.
Yeah, pretty straightforward. Thank you for taking the time to show us. I appreciate it. And then what we're probably going to do is just smash this video together with a RingCentral integration demo, so you guys can really see what's next. Those are probably the two most popular integrations, the two that we recommend the most. But if you're going to choose between the two, I really do prefer Nerdphone. So thank you, Ryan, for showing us. I appreciate it.
Anytime.
All right.